All right. Welcome to, let's see, week 3, video 2. Now, what we talked about in the last video, which I apologize is a little bit long, but there's a lot of content and a lot of information about how you can start to use the slide edge mentality and just plan a bit of your day. We talked about working like you're retired, right? Working like you're happily retired means if you plan the mornings, the afternoons will take care of themselves. If you plan your real estate activities in the morning and you're diligent about the cultivation of your network and the following up on your clients and the people that are in process, your afternoons are going to be filled with more serving of clients, meeting new clients, and growing your network. But it's hard. It's harder than it sounds. But just because it's hard doesn't mean it's not. In fact, if it's hard, it means it's worthwhile. Because if it was easy, it probably wouldn't yield results. So now, though, what we're going to talk about is how can you take some of your disciplines that you've worked into your business and automatically remind people about how you do business and why they should remember you when they're in a social environment and so says they're moving next year. And they remember to remind you about that. And so if you think about your success cadence, you want to make sure that you know your ambassadors. Ambassadors are your unpaid salespeople, okay? Your goal is to have some sort of quarterly meeting with these ambassadors, okay? Now, it's very important to note that it is something that they want to attend, not necessarily something that you want to do. Because if it's something that is more you think is right, but it doesn't jive with what they like to do or want to be involved in, you will have poor attendance. Okay, so off camera last week, great example, have a enterprising agent that is connected in the network and goes out and creates this whole introduction to new charities, but we talked about some of the struggles associated with that. The question then becomes, and what we have to do is when we're thinking about our ambassadors, our board of advisors, we have to look at a list of things and the profile of people that are your unpaid salespeople, that are your biggest advocates, and pick an event that is going to resonate with them. If it is charity, that's fantastic. It may not be charity. It might be a board of advisors, but if they're not all business people, then a board of advisors is a bad idea. It could be something as simple as, remember you can have a demographic farm. A demographic farm is people that have similar interests. So maybe this is a group that has a similar interest around church, around some athletic event, about some workout thing. It could be a bunch of different things, but you must be intentional about creating a quarterly cadence. That's the difference. It's very difficult to put it into this sort of a discipline. But once it's in there, the connectivity with these people becomes more automatic. Your cadence becomes invite, confirm, have the event, follow up. Invite, confirm, have the event, follow up. You now have a plan. Right? Isn't it hard to network your network when you don't have a plan because you feel like you're running on random? Running on random is a terrible business strategy. But that's usually how people think about working by referral or generating business from their network. They run on random. And so what I really like about the book, the 7 Levels book, is he starts to bring a cadence to that. Then you should have an appreciation program and an event. And you should start with 2 per year and grow to 4 per year. So if you can have 8 events per year, 4 for your ambassadors, 4 for your complete appreciation program, you're going to be on pace to have a plan and a reason for following up, a reason for being top of mind in your network. That's what's typically missing. That's when I introspected about my history of working by referral, it was too haphazard. It was lacked discipline. I might have an event, then I might go a while and not have an event, and I might decide to have an event, and there was really no cadence to it. Then I would wonder why I wasn't getting consistent referrals. And then when I needed referrals, suddenly I would have an event and I would make it happen. And then I didn't really like that because I was doing something because I needed something and I wasn't coming from a posture of service, and I had this anxiety-ridden deal. So be proactive in it with these two little things. It's really that simple. All right? And then annual calls. You know, the annual calls, if you call them twice a year on the anniversary of their transaction and their birthday and you make it about them, it's pretty simple. You're going to call your ambassadors once a month. You're going to call everybody in your database twice a year, and it's always about them. And then you can easily put some a past client, the month of the anniversary of their transaction. Wouldn't it make sense to get together with them at their house at a Starbucks and provide them a CMA? Hey, I just want to update you on the value of your house. Pretty fun. It's an important part of your financial plan, but I'm just honored to have been able to be a part of that. It's a good way to do it. All right, so now what I'm introducing to Mayer's approach is an automated way to remind people in your network, okay? So if you think about it, if you're going to remind people in your network about you and what a great professional you are, wouldn't it make sense to remind them about your characteristics that were stated to be the most important characteristics of how an agent was selected? So NAR, the 2017 Generational Trends Report, basically said, hey, when you picked your agent, what characteristics of the agent were most important? Okay? So your goal when you're reminding via phone call or any sort of direct mail or social media is to reinforce the most important attributes: your reputation, your trustworthiness, your friendly, and your knowledge of the neighborhood. If you tackle all those, these 4 key attributes represent 74% of why people pick an agent. If you are unintentional about how you're communicating to your network, unintentional could lead to some posts on social media that aren't as flattering or aren't that fun. Nobody really cares about your big guys weekend or girls weekend that is filled with not that interesting or potentially poor choices. Okay, so but all of your marketing to your network must reinforce these 4 key attributes, and then you know your marketing plan is working properly. All right, so what's the remind cadence? Remember, what I really believe and have proven over the years by studying others and in my own life, that giving starts a receiving process. We're going to give to the people in our network. We're going to remind them of the attributes that we possess, which are very valuable and why we're good at our job and why we're here to serve. And then when we remind, we will receive referrals. Okay? So the one powerful thing to do here is that if you read the book, The Power of Persuasion, or The Psychology of Persuasion by Robert Cialdini, he talks about social proof, okay? And social proof is the way to have a third party that's congratulating you or recognizing you, okay? So with hometownadvisor.com, your profile, your certification, you'll see how it's similar to LinkedIn, and it talks about what you're known for. And it's going to be reinforcing those key attributes that we know that are most important to consumers. Okay, but if your cadence should be congratulate a client, because by congratulating a client, you're also highlighting that you served and helped. Then we can congratulate the agent. We'll congratulate you on becoming Hometown Advisor certified, but then congratulate you on a submission or a blog post or any sort of contribution to the education of the consumer. And then remind them of an upcoming appreciation event. Now, a great way to remind people if you have an event that is in the future is you can solicit input for what charity might be positive. You could rotate your charities. You could have them RSVP to the event. And then really, you've got to demonstrate your knowledge of the neighborhood. The way we do that is with our physical newsletter and our electronic newsletter. Okay, so the backbone of automatic referrals is having this consistent delivery of a physical newsletter. Now, all of you that are in the program have the physical newsletter that goes out. It's printed on 11 by 17, folded in half again. Every single person in your network sees their house on a map every single month. And they see the activity around their house every single month, and it positions you and your loan officer. That's how we get after that neighborhood expertise. And it doesn't matter if person 1 in your database is 30 miles from person 2 in your database. The software shows them what's happening around their house and positions you as the most knowledgeable expert. Okay, that's point number 1. Then these other remind cadences are, we're going to congratulate you on becoming Hometown Advisor certified, or congratulate you on a recent success story, a recent client success story, and we're going to automatically push that to your network via social media. Okay? That's the automated piece that will happen in the background to support all of your efforts that we've discussed over the past few videos. So this is how we automate the reminding of your network about your capabilities. It's what adds that secret sauce, the fuel to the fire, and it makes them remember you. Well, the physical newsletter is a great start. The second piece of the newsletter is an electronic version of the newsletter. And the electronic version of the newsletter, the call to action is refer a friend and introduce a friend. And when it goes to the website, we've got a refer me action, and the person in your network is going to refer someone else in your network with a very comfortable, low-key way. And it just says, hi, I had a great experience or a good experience with Nolan. It seems that others have as well. Check them out. When that goes, then that link brings them back to this page where they see testimonials, and of course everybody's notified. What we're doing is we're lowering those barriers to people referring. All right? People referring, there's an emotional component to that. People are worried about the referral. There's a percentage of people that don't refer because they are scared to stick their neck out for a person. Now, there are others that are just wired to refer. They're going to refer no matter what. So this is a very comfortable way to remind people that you're there to help and give them a comfortable way to introduce or refer. Okay? So that's a key piece of the reminding aspect that we can automate. We've got electronic newsletters and we've got physical newsletters that you can automate. All right? Now, if you're going to have an action plan, you want to remind your network. Your goal is to have 150 people in your network. Okay? So your A's, your A pluses, and even your B's to get up. B's, remember B's in our definition is someone that has said they would refer you. That's the person the first person that they would recommend a person that's selling or buying a house to call would be you. They've said that it would be you, but they just haven't done it yet. That's the definition of a B. They've committed to refer you if they run across somebody, but they just haven't done it yet. That's a B. An A has done it. An A plus has done it multiple times. All right? So you want to get to 150, and they should be getting the electronic newsletter, they should be getting the physical newsletter, and they should be seeing you and the positive actions that you're doing in their social media feed. That's the way we put a fence around our network and have them not forget about us and not refer others. Okay? Now, your entire database is also going to get these weekly, bi-weekly, monthly feeds in social media. Week 1, Hometown Advisor congratulates your client and you on a recent success. It's not you congratulating you. It's a third party congratulating you. All too often what happens in the real estate world is you congratulate you. And that makes people tune out. Makes them also think that we might be a little too busy for business. There's a lot of unintended consequences of how people have historically used social media. Using a third party to do it eliminates that. Second is, congratulate you on becoming certified, reminding folks that you recommended a good article to keep people up to date. Then the third and the fourth are really boost and post a request for feedback on an upcoming event. Maybe you're trying to find an upcoming event that, hey, we're doing our next appreciation event at X place with supporting Y charity, but we'd love your feedback on another worthy cause or charity in our community to build. Candidly, it doesn't matter if they give you feedback or not. What it's doing is reminding them of your giving posture. All right, and then week 4, you remind them of upcoming appreciation events. We can automate this for you. All right, so thanks for being a part. The key for you, your action item is make a commitment to your appreciation event. Share your testimonials with support at V4 Software, and let us get started reminding your network about you, your giving nature, and how you should be the first call when somebody is thinking about buying or selling a house. Thanks a lot. Look forward to talking to you soon.